Welcome, knife fans. This is Jason with Chef Knives to Go. I'm going to do a review and a fabrication of a round fish, tilapia, with the Tanaka Kurouchi blue paper steel Deba. So this is the, I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen the, I guess a live version of the universal sheath on Chef Knives to Go, but this is it. You see a little bit of discoloration here. It's because I use this for a little bit on fabricating a primal pork loin, and so when you take it out, I like to put a little camellia oil on it. And so I guess some of the residue of the camellia oil came on just to prevent oxidation and rust. So, but with the Tanaka Kurouchi, you can see blue paper steel. So I love this color. This is my favorite thing about Japanese knives, is this color. You can see hopefully the Japanese engraving. We have just a composite, looks like maybe even a plastic ferrule, hoe wood handle, octagonal handle. Let's do a couple of the measurements, and I'm gonna be a little quick on this video just because I've been having trouble with my battery. So let's take a look at the weight. It's going to be heavy, 11.4 ounces, or 11.4 ounces, or 323 grams. So, I mean, it's 3/4 of a pound. I mean, it's a heavy duty knife. I believe this is the 180 millimeter knife, but we will definitely check to make sure. And we are right at 180 millimeters. So right on the base, or the height of the blade is 55 millimeters. Let's do a little bit of thickness. Debas are notoriously heavy and thick, great for going through big fish. I'm going to challenge myself today, going through a smaller fish. At the heel, we're looking at 7.09 millimeters, and at the tip, we'll do two measurements at the tips, because you can see there's two different tapering. So about 2 inches from the tip, we're at 5.2. But then, say about a ½ inch, we come to 1.63. So, Tanaka is notoriously a very good knife maker, and along with that, I mean, this knife is sharp. Obviously, we can see the blade profile. It's 99-1 single bevel knife. The fit and finish, very well done for being handmade. Little bit of roughness toward the tip here, very smooth up here. The guard right here, a little bit of roughness, but I mean, it's what you would expect from a handmade knife. So let's see how it works. There's two purposes for this video. One, to do the review of the Tanaka, which I like it. This is my first Deba, and I think it does a great job on fabricating heavy meat. This will be my first time fabricating fish, so I want to check it out. So I always like to put a glove on my opposite hand for two reasons. One, I don't want to be smelling like fish all day, and it helps with grip. So here we go. We have our wonderful tilapia that I got at my local Asian store here, and we will begin. Goes through quite easily right here. Again, very easy. fish is moving across my board. Definitely going to have to do some descaling of this. The Tanaka is so doggone sharp, it's cut through some of my rib bones. So I'm gonna have to get my fish tweezers, which I didn't pull out for the video, but I definitely have some pin bones in here that didn't want to cut through. But that's the problem. This thing is doggone that sharp. I mean, it just didn't even try to, and it went right through. Go through the back, like butter. This one went through a lot easier. So we can see my fabrication work, you know, decent here, not so decent here. I mean, we're right here against the bones, but I would like to have better work here. Definitely here was much better, but still would like to. My hands got a little slimy. Let me wipe them off. I'll try to skin with the Deba, see how it does. Just clean this baby up a little bit. Theoretically, this should go pretty well. Actually got a nice skin with pretty good yield. It's not bad. Alright, so in between breaks I did take out the bones, and so it's actually a much better fish, something that you would definitely see at a fish market. So let's skin this with the Deba and see where we go. Here, let me break this off a little bit better. So we have a clean blade when we go through. There goes my fat fingers. Alright. So, I actually did very well. My grip started going a little bit here, but you can see we have a nice looking fish here. You know, if we want to present that for home or the restaurant, we just clean up the edges a little bit. We always save the scraps for a mousseline or even for fish stock. You get real picky here, but I mean, you can see it's a nice looking fillet on each side. Got our presentation side. So one thing that so I guess an observation on the 50-50 Tsujihiki versus the Deba. Two observations. For accuracy, the Tsujihiki does a much better job. It's able to get a much better yield and closer to the bone. For quickness, the Deba, hands down. If this wasn't my first time, I could just tell right now, it just flies to the fish. And actually, the specialty of having the flat side going through, it pulls. I had a much better time, even though with the thinness of that Tsujihiki, I mean, we're talking less than 1 millimeter in thinness, the flatness of this blade going through and then pulling the flesh from the skin actually was a lot easier to skin with this giant knife. It looked like it maybe had a little bit of trouble, but that was more of the oils from the fish and me not being able to grab. If it was a bigger fish, it would go much easier. Another benefit of having the Deba is you don't necessarily need shears to go through. I mean, this is generally very hard to get rid of. You want to take the head off and just go right through. It can go through bones pretty doggone well, and this is very hard to do generally. But generally, I mean, that's why you want a nice heavy knife, sharp blade, goes right through. So I'm not going to be making fish stock or anything. I just got this video. I'll definitely will bake some tilapia, but I got this fish just for you guys, show you. Do a little practicing on the Deba and doing a review of the Tanaka Kurouchi. So, hope you enjoyed it. Jason fabricating tilapia with Tanaka Kurouchi, bought from Chef Knives to Go. Thank you guys for watching. Stay sharp, and more videos to come.